I wouldn't really say more of challenge. I'll say it's been more so me having to focus more of my time on football. I'll say, learning multiple positions. As far as me, I'm not even focused on just learning safety and corner. I'm trying to learn the gaps the D-line got, what the nickel has, the linebackers got. So just keeping my head in the playbook, really, trying to figure out as much as the defense as I possibly can before we get to fall camp has really been my goal.
What's the process that you use to learn the playbook, to delineate these positions? Talk about that.
I kind of go formation by formation. I'll sub in each defense that we run at each formation, and then I'll look at what the safety call will have to be, and then I'll think about what the linebacker gap would be, and then I'll even go a step further. I'll try to see if this guy motions across, what are we going to check to, different stuff like that. So, just trying to put myself on the field, even when I'm not on the field, as much as I can, just looking at my playbook.
Do you like playing multiple positions, or would you rather just have one?
I love it. I love being able to go wherever the Coach Fish, Coach Chance, they ask me to go on the field. Even on special teams, I love being able to play multiple positions in that aspect as well. So.
Coach Fish said that safety is the quarterback in the defense. When you are in that role, when you're the quarterback in the defense, what does that mean? How does that change your job?
I completely agree with that statement. The safety is responsible for not only his pass drops, but he has to tell the corner what he has. He has to tell the linebacker to his side what he has. Even the nickel, if the nickel's in the game, he has to tell him what he has. And then also, we have to focus on our pass drop, but as well as our run fit too. So.
How would you compare your comprehension of the defense from a year ago?
Completely out of the water. I see myself kind of like helping the younger guys now, like Deontay and Markel and Cam used to help me last year. So they did a great job stepping up, helping me get the playbook. Cam was my roommate. We studied every day, religious. Like, we did that like we woke up and did our morning prayer. So that was a big help for me, I'll say.
How much learning do you have to do compared to high school?
Completely different game. High school, it was more so like, I was a smart football player in high school, but it was really athleticism that took me over the top. I didn't really have to focus on what the offense formation was as much as I had to now, and then different stuff like that, knowing what side of the ball the running back's on, if he's in the dot, stuff like that. So, yeah.
Coach Fisher said when you got here, you're one of the more mature freshmen he's had.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what's that mean to hear that, and where do you think that stems from for you?
That was probably the greatest compliment I can get, coming there early enrollee freshman. Having my position coach say that I'm one of the most mature freshmen he's had, and he's been coaching for years and years before I got to him. That was a huge honor. And I'll say it stemmed from really just my work ethic and then my drive to get better no matter what it is.
What part of the playbook did you talk about Cam and Markel and Deontay helping you learn playbook? Is there something specific that they helped you understand?
Everything. As far as coverage, run fits, where everybody else is supposed to be on the field. So it makes my job easier knowing where everybody else is on the field. So I'll say all around the whole defensive playbook, they did a great job helping me with that.
Did you watch Cam at the combine this year?
Oh, boy was flying, and he looked great in them drills. I'm gonna just say that.
What are your impressions of Casey Thompson? What has made him hard to defend?
Casey is a pro. I'll say that. Even off the field, not everybody talks about what happens off the field. I see Casey in here all day, every day. He's in here watching film. He's not just reading our coverages. I know we're going against each other spring ball right now, but at the end of the day, we're going to be playing against other teams. So he's been going. I know he came from the Big 12 to the Big 10. He's just been going, talking about really how Big 10 teams cover different than Big 12 teams, and then just really getting the fit, and I think he's been doing a great job so far.
What are you excited about people seeing that he can speed or arm accuracy?
He's just all around great player. I see him. He's able to move around out the pocket, but he's not just gonna go straight out of the pocket. He's gonna sit in the pocket, look for his reads, let the play develop before he just goes and runs.
How would you describe that?
Do you see other guys kind of picking up on that extra work that he's doing, and how do you see that kind of filtering down with the team?
Honestly, this year I would say the whole team as a whole has been doing a great job with getting extra reps, extra film time, extra everything. Not really anybody has been, I would say, loafing. Like we've been doing a pretty good job holding everybody accountable. Like even the folks that people say not gonna play, stuff like that. We feel like everybody is equal, and the people on the scout team are just as important as the people in the one group, stuff like that. So that's been the order we've been trying to carry this season.
How is that attitude going to make this a better team?
I don't really like talking about the future. I just like staying in the present, but it's definitely been showing. Guys have been coming with lunch pail every day, ready to work. Not anybody complaining about getting the extra work in. Everybody is really just forming and grasping it. Even though we have a lot of new guys, everybody's coming together really great.
With those new guys, are there any that jump out to you? And what's that been like in the room with so many, you're mixing so many guys?
Honestly, since I feel like last year was my first year here, I feel like everybody is a new face, really. Like, it's a whole new type of atmosphere to the room, I'll say. Those new guys have been doing a good job, really good job of grasping the playbook, and then not only watching it in the film room, but trying to take the mistakes that we correct in the film room to the field. So I feel like those new guys have been doing a great job.
Junior said he doesn't believe in the concept of number 7's corner. He says that as long as you're on 5'10", you're good. What do you think? What is the ideal size for him?
Honestly, I feel like my heart and for the game, I'm not scared of anybody. So if you go out there with that dog mentality that, hey, I don't care how big this dude is, I'm going to win this rep, then it don't matter if you're 4'11" or 5'10" playing corner.
How do you apply that when you're guarding someone who's 3-4 inches taller than you?
It is what it is. You got to show me that you better than me, straight like that. So I feel like if you come out with that mentality, then how do you lose? Like, if you just refuse to lose and then you put the work in not to lose, then at the end of the day, more than likely you're going to be winning.
Sorry if you've been asked this. How much corner are you playing compared to safety?
Right now, I've been learning everything, like, in the film room, but as far as, like, on the field, I've only been playing safety right now. Yes, sir.
Hey, Marques, Coach Fish was talking last week about the makeup of the defensive back room and how around Christmas time after the season, it was really short on numbers. You guys were, looking around and, not seeing a lot, and then they went out and got a bunch of new guys.
Yep.
Obviously, that adds competition. So how did you guys who were returning, how did you take to that? What kind of a message did that send to you about how he wants this room to mix, and what's it been like meshing in all these new guys?
One thing I can say about Coach Fish, nobody has a spot secured. Every day is a competition. He wants his guys to be the most competitive guys on the field, and honestly, at the DB position, that's how it has to be. You have to be the most competitive, edge-heavy guy on the team. So I feel like bringing in those new guys was what happens. That's what normally happens. We didn't look at it as, Fish trying to replace us, this, and that. We took it as, yep, we got some more dudes in, we got some newer faces in, let's get to it. We finna compete with them the same way we were competing with each other last year.
So what are the interactions generally like between, the new group and the old group when you've been out there these 4 practices?
It's all love. Like, I see a new guy that plays the same position as me mess up on the field, I'm going to coach him up the same way those guys last year would coach me up when I made a mistake on the field. So it's not any hate towards anyone. It's friendly competition. So we know that we competing with each other, but we not going to be just out there dogging each other, hating on each other, letting each other mess up on the play at the end of the day, because regardless, we don't know what happens in a football game. Anybody can be out there on the field. So just having everybody be able to have the same really mindset level is the biggest thing.
Impressed by the mentality that any of those guys have brought?
Oh, yeah. Everybody. Like, all 7 of those guys have come in and they've done a phenomenal job. In the film room every day, we talk we talk constantly. Like, we have our own little group chat aside from the one with Coach Fish where we're communicating with each other constantly. So, yeah, I feel like it's been a great bond that we've been able to form these first
Coach
few
you
weeks.
guys up, what's your coaching style?
Say that one more
To
time. I'm
coach you
sorry.
guys up, what's your coaching style?
Coach Fish?
No, you.
Oh, me? It depends on what it is. Like, if you out there loafing, it's going to be a loud getting at you. But like, if it's just like a little subtle mistake, I'll probably wait till you get to the sideline, till you come here. Like, hey, tell me what you saw, like what made you do that, and then more so, what you should be looking at opposed to what you saw when you made the mistake.
How comfortable do you feel when you're a young guy? How comfortable do you feel doing that with older guys?
I have no problem with it at all. I feel like everybody should hold everyone accountable. Like, even if a newer guy comes in and he sees me messing up, I feel like he should hold me accountable the same way I would hold him accountable.